Phil here. We've just been at St Murray out at
beach and Rose Beach and at the lake.
with Justin Bergholcs from Blue Dragon Enterprises, and a small insight to mindfulness with Justin. Justin, tell us a little bit about mindfulness. You've been doing that for 15 years and one of the original people that really brought mindfulness to Australia, especially from an Eastern perspective. What do we have to learn?
Look, Philip, from my perspective, we've come from an Eastern perspective, sure. What I try to do is bring my knowledge of health, having worked in the allopathic health industry for many years, and bringing the Eastern philosophies and the Western science together. Mindfulness is about paying attention to your here and now, without judgment, without questioning. So it's paying attention.
Paying attention in the here and now. What, as men, as in our lives in this Western world, what are we missing?
What are men missing in the Western world? We're missing the important person, and that's self. We're missing the essence of loving yourself first, because if you don't do that, then you don't have that optimal health. You don't have. We're talking about mind, body, spirit, like emotional health, mental health. And once you start to look at self again and say, well, yeah, I'm okay and I'm allowed to do this, then things change.
Yeah. So in particular, if I can ask you a question on men's health and mindfulness. Men tend to look after everybody else first, and they're usually at the end of the line in looking after themselves. How do we as men change that? With mindfulness, being present, paying attention, as you've said.
Yeah, the Tibetans talk about ground, path, result, and you and I have talked about this before. If you have good ground, if you have good foundation, then it's like if you have a good foundation of a house, the house isn't going to fall over. If you have good ground, then the path is going to be smooth and you're going to get to your destination. Ground is breath. Ground is about taking the time to go back to your breath. If I'm in control of my breath, I'm in control of my emotional state. If I'm in control of my emotional state, life's okay. Life's okay.
And we tend to madly rush everywhere, get things done, busy thinking of other things, not as you say, in the moment, therefore not breathing. I forget to breathe.
Yeah, we forget to breathe, and we spend a lot of time at an end of a scale. Most of us have issues with anxiety and anger, and they're like brother and sister, but they live at opposite ends of a scale. If I'm at the anxious end of the scale, then what's happening is I'm usually breathing from my upper chest. I'm knocking off the amount of oxygen going to my frontal lobes, the part of my brain where I really should be. It's my logical brain, my thinking brain. And if I'm usually at that end of the scale, I usually have an expectation of myself or somebody else that's not being met. And as soon as I'm there, I'm
short.
Or I might even stop breathing and I don't even know that I've stopped breathing. And then have another breath. And then this is where this misconception of people saying, oh, I just get angry. Well, we don't just get angry. We spend a lot of time in that part of the and then
gasping.
And then we stop breathing when we're angry. Okay, I've had enough. I'm not satisfied with what's going on.
Fully stressed.
And then we're at it. So the two ends of the scale are about dissatisfaction when I've had enough and I'm really angry, and then the other side is about I have an expectation of myself or somebody else that's not being met. And when that happens, then I'm not thinking clearly. I can't think clearly because the blood flow is going back to the back of my brain, getting me ready to run or fight.
Yes. So
That fight or flight reflex. The amygdala is in overdrive.
right. Okay. And so, in particular, again, back to men's health, then you take people walking and trekking and non-trekking to the Himalaya.
Yeah.
What changes? They get their breath. They get to slow down. They get to consider, be mindful on those trips.
Yeah, they get all of that. They get thrown out of their comfort zone. Most of the Himalaya are in third world countries, so we go to places that are usually taking people out of their comfort zone. And again, there's expectation. I have an expectation that
Where's my stuff? What food am I going to have? Where are we going to tomorrow? What's up ahead? What are we doing tomorrow? So they're living in the future.
Yeah, rather than living in the now.
Right.
And the breath will always bring you back to the now.